Today I fucked up, episode number 1.
TIFU by trying to bang a goth baddie, and my wife found out. My 31 WEM wife, 32F, and I are in a healthy and happy relationship. That said, we've been together since high school, so we both feel that we missed out a little by being each other's only sexual experiences. We've talked about this at length and decided a few years ago that we're okay with having a few hall passes in our relationship, since we very much intend to stay together the rest of our lives and don't want any resentment over missed possibilities. Plus, it's pretty rare that we could even find such an opportunity, as it's a little hard to find hookups when you're in a committed marriage and don't go out much. We even gave each other advance approval in case a situation arises, so long as we're safe about it, and tell each other immediately afterward. We've both used 1 HP, each with someone we knew well enough but would never see again, and no issues came out of it. In fact, it's only made us more secure in our relationship and how much we genuinely appreciate being with each other. Recently, I had to travel to London for work. I don't normally get to travel for work, so I decided to make a trip out of it and spend a few extra days of my own time in the city after the project was done. My wife couldn't join because she didn't have any vacation time left, but was very supportive of me taking some time to explore, since I've never been to London, and she has. Being cheap and being a pretty outgoing guy when I'm so inclined, I decided to stay in a hostel. I was interested in meeting other travelers, since I didn't know anyone in the city, and love being sociable with new people. I chatted with several of the people staying there, and in particular a very attractive French girl, mid-20s, who dressed super goth. For context, I love the goth girl look. I've been sucked into the goth GF propaganda online, much to the annoyance of my wife. It isn't her style, but she has been nice enough to cater to me by putting on a sexy goth outfit on occasion, since she knows it's a huge fantasy of mine. Still, I pester her constantly to be more goth because I enjoy it so much. Anyway, I ended up spending a little bit of time with goth French baddie. We both went to the hostel's happy hour event and hit it off there. I found out that she was recently single and was in London for an art show. It turned out we were both into emo music, and we talked about our favorite bands. I had the thought that she was acting a bit flirty towards me, but didn't think too much of it, until I later found myself sharing a sink with her in the hostel bathroom. The hostel was co-ed, so each floor had a small shared bathroom with a communal sink, and a door that was meant to be kept open, but which people frequently closed for the sake of having more privacy than just a stall to shower in. So I'm brushing my teeth while chatting up the real-life version of Shadowheart, who, mind you, is wearing an extremely low-cut top, when she suddenly closes the bathroom door behind us. In my mind, my wildest fantasy is about to come true. It's even more exciting because of the adrenaline rush of being in a semi-public setting and a girl being so into me that she would make such a bold move. I can't believe this is actually happening to me. I instantly get hard. Then she turns around and asks, "Are you interested in learning about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?" She had me cornered for 10 minutes, trying to talk me into salvation, while I grew increasingly despondent and immensely disappointed, with the whiplash of going from what could have been one of the crowning moments of my life to pure and utter dejection. When I told my wife this story, she laughed for a solid hour. She said it's karma for annoying her about wanting a goth GF. TLDR life dream was to bang a hot goth girl. Thought I was getting the opportunity, but got cock-blocked by Jesus Christ. God is real, and he hates me.
TIFU by doing anything I want with my friend if I won games of Mario Kart against her. My friend and I would enjoy playing video games together, but on several occasions she would want to up the stakes and make things more interesting. Her proposal was that if she won a game of Mario Kart against me, she could do anything she wanted with me, and if I won, I could do anything I wanted with her. Little did she know how good at Mario Kart I was. The first couple of victories were harmless enough. I'd win the race, and I'd say things like, "You've got to talk like Wario for the next race," or "I get to borrow your DVDs," most of which was wildly amusing and diabolical for me to ask of her. But the thing about it is that I kept winning, and being the dope I was, I thought I was on a hot streak getting all this free stuff from her, and I played it up like I was some kind of pompous court jester gallivanting across the courtyard. Every now and again, she'd put the same offer back on the table, and I'd keep winning, and she would make her frustration known the more she kept losing races in Mario Kart. And it didn't help that I'd brag about my victories within our circle of friends, celebrating with invisible trophies and spraying imaginary champagne. It wouldn't be until we were older and grown apart that she would disclose to me that she was a little upset by the whole thing, because she would practice practice playing Mario Kart for hours before racing against me in the hopes of winning, and the reason she wanted to win was because she found me to be handsome and didn't know how to initiate this attraction she had. The whole time, she was hoping that I would ask for a kiss from her whenever I would win, but me being the dumbass, I was kept asking to borrow her Linkin Park albums and to draw buff kittens with sleeve tattoos. So not only did I miss my shot with my friend, I also broke her heart every time I would clench victory from her on the final lap, performing the miracle last-second overtake maneuver or cackling like a cartoon villain whenever the spiky blue shell of doom would nuke her dreams. TLDR. My female friend wanted to win a game of Mario Kart against me so she could kiss me but never won, and I kept winning and asking for anything except physical intimacy.
TIFU by not telling my doctor how many Tic Tacs I eat per day, so I'm absolutely fucking obsessed with the fruit adventure flavor of Tic Tacs. The flavor combined with the soft smush they make between your teeth when you chew them makes my brain very happy. I've been buying them in bulk, where each container has 200 candies each, and they come in bulk packs of 12 containers. I tend to eat them by the handful while I'm working or gaming, so in a day, I can easily slam through 1 to 2 containers. Now keep in mind that on the nutrition label, it says the serving size is 1 candy and is listed as having 0 calories, which I thought was awesome because I could have as many as I want. Over the past year, I found that I gained about 40 kilos, and nothing about my eating habits had changed as far as I was aware. I told my doctor about it and she was a bit worried, so she had me do a bunch of blood work to see if there was a reason why I gained so much weight in a short period of time. Everything came back normal. She referred me to see a weight loss doctor, who would also have me see a dietitian. I had been working with the dietitian for a few months now, and we have me keep a food log. I had a virtual visit with her today, and during it, I was fiddling around with an empty container to keep my hands busy. She saw it and asked where I got such a large container from, so I told her about it and how I eat 1-2 of those per day. She asked why those weren't on my food tracker, and I said it was because there's 0 calories, so they wouldn't count. Apparently, I was very wrong about this. She explained to me that food companies can label something as being 0 calories if the food serving size contains 5 or less calories. In reality, each individual Tic Tac actually has about 2 calories. So essentially, since each container has 200 pieces, and I typically have 1 to 2 of those, I've been eating 400-800 plus calories per day of Tic Tacs, in addition to all the other food I've been eating, which is very likely why I've gained so much weight. TLDR. Didn't realize that Tic Tacs weren't actually 0 calories, and gained a ton of weight because I eat so many a day. Edit. Just wanted to clarify that I'm aware that sugar will in fact make you gain weight. I'm not that stupid, but I never actually read the product ingredients. I assume they must have been made with something like xylitol or some other artificial sweetener to make them 0 calories, so it never crossed my mind to check. Edit 2. Dang, y'all are brutal LMAO, but at least some good came out of it since, apparently like me, a lot of people didn't realize about the less than 5 calories per serving rule can legally be classified as 0 in the US. Personally, I wish we could have the model they do in other countries, where they list calories per X amount of grams. Edit 3. My teeth are fine. I actually just had a dentist appointment 2 weeks ago. No cavities or decay, gums are healthy. Despite my candy habit, I do take good care of my teeth.
TIFU by asking a MILF for her number. So I was at the mall with my son, who's a toddler. Anyway, my son was playing really well with this little girl, like they were 2 peas in a pod playing together, just having a blast. I'm a big dude, Lotta. People say I look scary, type look. Anyway, my son is playing, I'm eating my lunch, and I decide I need to figure out who this girl's parents are. I figure it out. She's apparently a hot mom. So I walk up and go, hey, our kids are playing together. Maybe I can get your number and we can set up a play date. She looks at me and goes, married. I was thinking, that's nice. My son wants to play with your daughter, so I said, me too. My wife would love to meet you. Our kids are playing well together. Do you want to set up a play date? At that point, her husband walls up and she goes, this guy is asking for my number after I told I'm married. At this point, I'm thinking, fuck it, not worth it. I apologize and sit down and wait for my son to finish playing. TL Dr. Son was playing with a little girl, tried to get the girl's parents' info so we could set up a play date. Her mom thought I was trying to pick her up.
Thanks a lot for watching. Share your own stories in the comments and check out our other videos. Take care. See you soon.